Is your fruit bowl aging you? Or saving you? Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you looked at your reflection and thought, I don't feel like the man I used to be? Maybe it was after waking up more tired than you went to bed. Or after realizing you just don't have the same get up and go. Maybe your knees groan when you stand, or your thoughts take longer to form, like they're swimming through molasses. It's easy to blame time. But what if your plate is speeding up the clock? The truth is, by the time most men hit 60, their diets have become mechanical. Toast. Maybe a potato. Rarely color. Rarely life. We grow up hearing, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but then we trade that apple for convenience. Frozen meals. Fast food. Or worse, nothing at all. But your body doesn't forget. And the price you pay is subtle but serious. Lower testosterone, slower blood flow, stiff joints, brain fog, insomnia, digestive troubles. And yet, the solution may be sitting silently in the produce aisle. Fruits, real, whole, vibrant fruits, carry the very nutrients your aging body is starving for. The antioxidants, the fiber, the natural plant compounds your cells once thrived on are still available to you, if you reach for them. And here's the kicker. Some of the very fruits you may have stopped eating because you were told they were too sugary? They might actually be the key to reversing fatigue, boosting performance, and feeling 10, even 20 years younger. So I ask you again, is your fruit bowl aging you or saving you? Let's find out together, because it's not too late to reclaim your strength, one bite at a time. 1. Pomegranate, the blood flow booster for male vitality. As we age, one of the first things to decline isn't something we talk about at the dinner table, it's circulation. Reduced blood flow affects everything. Your stamina, your energy, even your confidence as a man. That's where pomegranate comes in, not just as a delicious fruit, but as a natural vasodilator. It contains a powerhouse compound called punicalagin, which doesn't just act as an antioxidant. It actually helps relax blood vessels, improving flow and oxygen delivery throughout the body. When blood flows better, everything improves. Your workouts, your brain clarity, your performance in private moments, even your recovery time after activity. Take a moment to think about this. When a car engine doesn't get the oil it needs, it starts to seize up. That's your body without proper circulation. And after 60, the engine is more sensitive to neglect. Pomegranate acts like that clean, high-quality oil your system craves. It reduces oxidative damage, clears arteries from early plaque buildup, and may even boost natural testosterone production, a hidden key to maintaining muscle mass, libido, and drive. Let's look at real life again. David, the 67-year-old carpenter we mentioned earlier, didn't change his whole life overnight. He simply added 4 ounces of pure pomegranate juice each morning, nothing else. Within a month, he felt more awake in the mornings, more alert during conversations, and his wife quietly commented, "You've got your spark back." It's not just anecdotal. A 2012 study published in Clinical Nutrition found that daily pomegranate intake significantly improved arterial blood flow in older adults, with no side effects. So, for men over 60 looking to feel stronger, more alive, and more present, the answer might not be in a pill. It might be in a glass of ruby red juice. 2. Blueberries, fuel for a sharper, younger brain. Let's be honest, mental sharpness isn't just about memory. It's about presence. It's about following a conversation with your grandkids without zoning out. It's about remembering where you left your keys, or feeling confident during a discussion with your doctor. And when that sharpness fades, even slightly, it can feel scary. But nature offers a quiet ally, blueberries. These little blue gems are packed with anthocyanins, a group of flavonoids that cross the blood-brain barrier. That's important, because most nutrients don't. These compounds actively reduce inflammation inside your brain, protect aging neurons from damage, and improve communication between brain cells. In short, they help your brain fire on all cylinders again. Let's revisit Harold, the retired engineer. His brain was once a steel trap. But lately, he couldn't finish a sentence without losing his train of thought. His solution wasn't a prescription, it was a daily handful of blueberries. Within weeks, Harold noticed he was finishing crossword puzzles again. He laughed more easily, He stopped checking his calendar 3 times a day. And the science supports him. A 2010 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry showed that older adults who consumed blueberry juice daily for 12 weeks experienced significant improvements in memory and learning. Another Harvard Nurses' Health study followed over 16,000 women and found that those who ate the most blueberries and strawberries delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. That's not marketing hype. That's biology. And the best part? Blueberries are easy to eat. Toss them into oatmeal, blend into smoothies, or enjoy frozen. No prep. No fuss. Because mental decline isn't inevitable. With the right fuel, your brain can stay curious, sharp, and just as alive as your memories. 3. Bananas, gentle energy without the crash. It's 3 o'clock. You're staring at the wall, feeling like your body hit a brick wall of fatigue. Sound familiar? For many men over 60, energy crashes are just part of the day. But what if that dip isn't about age, it's about fuel? Bananas often get dismissed because they're too sugary. But that's a myth that needs busting. Unlike processed snacks or pastries, bananas are rich in natural sugars paired with fiber, which slows the absorption and gives you steady, sustainable energy, not a spike and crash. More importantly, bananas are one of the best natural sources of potassium, a mineral most older adults lack. Why is that a big deal? Because potassium helps regulate muscle contractions, nerve function, and blood pressure. Without enough of it, your body feels off balance. You may get leg cramps at night, feel your heart race unexpectedly, or struggle to recover from even mild activity. Let's return to Fred, 70, the gardener who once loved being in his backyard. His joy faded when calf cramps began waking him at 2 a.m. every night. His doctor suspected low potassium, and rather than prescribing supplements, simply recommended 1 banana after lunch each day. Within 10 days, the cramps stopped. Fred got back in the garden. More importantly, he slept through the night and woke up feeling refreshed for the first time in years. Here's something else. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which helps produce serotonin, the feel-good brain chemical. That means bananas don't just fuel your body, they support your mood too. So whether you eat them before a walk, as a bedtime snack, or blended into a smoothie, bananas offer something priceless, natural strength without stress. Sometimes, the most powerful solution comes wrapped in a yellow peel. 4. Avocados, the forgotten fruit that lubricates your joints and brain. If you're over 60, you've probably heard conflicting advice about fat. Some say avoid it, others say it's essential. But not all fats are created equal. And when it comes to aging well, avocados stand in a class of their own. Yes, they're a fruit. A strange one, perhaps, creamy instead of juicy, but incredibly powerful. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, which are heart-healthy and anti-inflammatory. These fats don't just help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, they also help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. This matters more than you might think. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients, even from healthy foods. That means you could be eating your greens, but not reaping the full benefits, unless they're paired with a source of healthy fat. Avocado acts like a nutrient booster, helping your body hold onto what it desperately needs. Let's go back to Tom, 66. He prided himself on eating low-fat for decades. But his joints still ached. He lacked mental clarity. His meals left him hungry and tired. A nutritionist convinced him to add half an avocado to his lunch each day. Within 2 weeks, Tom noticed changes. Less morning stiffness. Fewer energy dips in the afternoon. A more satisfied, sustained feeling after meals. But there's more. Avocados are also a great source of lutein, a nutrient known for supporting both eye health and cognitive performance. A 2017 study from the Journal of Nutrition found that daily avocado consumption significantly improved working memory and problem-solving skills in older adults, likely due to increased lutein levels in the brain. So if your joints feel stiff, your brain feels foggy, or your meals leave you unsatisfied, don't fear the fat. Embrace the avocado. Creamy, healing, complete. It might be the smartest fruit you're not eating yet. 5. Cherries, the sweet pain relief secret for aching joints. You bend down to tie your shoes, and your knees remind you they're not what they used to be. That dull ache in your hands after gardening? That sharp stab in your hips after a morning walk? For many men over 60, joint pain becomes the silent thief, robbing you of movement, confidence, and joy. But here's a surprising ally in this battle: cherries. Especially tart cherries. These small, crimson fruits contain powerful plant compounds called anthocyanins, which give cherries their rich red color and also act as natural anti-inflammatories. Unlike synthetic medications like ibuprofen, which can irritate the stomach lining and raise long-term health risks, anthocyanins in cherries work gently yet effectively to reduce C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of inflammation in the body. Let's revisit George, age 69. A retired golfer and former coach, he dreaded waking up with stiff knees. He wanted relief but hated relying on over-the-counter painkillers. At a friend's suggestion, he began drinking tart cherry juice, just 3 ounces daily. Within 2 weeks, George could tee off again without grimacing. His mornings were smoother, and the swelling in his knuckles had decreased noticeably. This isn't just anecdotal. A 2013 study published in Osteoarthritis and Cartilage found that adults with knee osteoarthritis who consumed tart cherry juice twice daily for 21 days experienced a significant reduction in pain and stiffness, along with lower levels of CRP. And that's not all. Cherries also contain melatonin, a natural compound that helps regulate sleep. That means you may sleep deeper, recover better, and start each day with less pain and more clarity. So whether fresh, frozen, or as a juice concentrate, cherries offer more than just sweetness. They offer freedom, the kind that lets you walk farther, sleep sounder, and wake up without fear of every step. 6. Dates, the senior energy bar that supports muscles and mood. If you find yourself dragging through the late afternoon, craving something sweet but dreading the sugar crash, you're not alone. For many men over 60, energy dips and irritability become a frustrating routine. That's where dates, yes, the humble, wrinkly fruit, step in as a natural solution with ancient roots. Dates are one of the world's oldest cultivated fruits, but they're still relevant today, especially for older adults needing nutrient-dense energy without relying on processed snacks. Let's break it down. Dates are rich in natural sugars, glucose, fructose, sucrose, that offer a quick yet stable energy release, thanks to their high fiber content, which slows sugar absorption and keeps blood sugar levels more even. That means no sudden crashes or jitters like you'd get from a candy bar. But energy is just the beginning. Dates are also high in potassium, magnesium, and iron, 3 minerals that often run low in aging men. Potassium supports nerve and muscle function, especially critical for avoiding cramps and weakness. Magnesium helps regulate blood pressure, support sleep, and relax the nervous system. Iron supports red blood cell production, delivering oxygen to tired muscles and preventing fatigue. Let's revisit Carl, age 62. His mood would tank in the afternoon. He felt unfocused and cranky. His daughter suggested 2 dates and a handful of almonds at 3 p.m. Within days, Carl felt more centered and even noticed fewer headaches and less irritability. Modern studies back this up. Dates contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps increase serotonin and enhance mood regulation, a natural buffer against the stress and emotional ups and downs that can intensify with age. And for digestion? Dates shine again. With over 6 grams of fiber per 100 grams, they promote regularity and gut health, which directly impacts energy and immunity. So if you're reaching for another cookie or soda, pause and try a couple of dates instead. They're sweet, satisfying, and smarter fuel for the second half of your life. Eat like your future depends on it, because it does. By now, you've seen it clearly. The road to better energy, stronger muscles, clearer thinking, and sharper mood doesn't start in a pharmacy. It begins in your kitchen. We live in a world that often tells men to tough it out, to push through the fatigue, ignore the brain fog, and chalk it all up to just getting older. But that mindset is costing too many good men their vitality, their confidence, even their independence. Here's the truth: aging is inevitable. Decline is not. Your body is incredibly resilient. Even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, it's still responding to the fuel you give it. The right fruits aren't just healthy snacks, they are biochemical tools. They target inflammation, rebuild damaged cells, regulate hormones, and nourish your brain and muscles on a cellular level. Each choice you make at the table sends a message to your future self. Do I want more years, or better years? You don't need a dramatic overhaul. You don't need to go vegan or count every calorie. You just need to start adding the right things in. A handful of blueberries in the morning. Half an avocado at lunch. A banana in the evening. A couple of dates instead of a cookie. These are small acts with profound ripple effects. And don't forget, the men who make it to 90 and still walk tall, still think clearly, and still laugh fully, they're not lucky. They're intentional. So now it's your turn. Which of these fruits will you begin with today? Which one spoke to you most? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story, your goals, and your journey. And if this helped, please like, subscribe, and share it with another man who deserves to feel alive again. Because it's not about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. And it all starts with what you put on your plate.